These are so crooked. Thank you. Thank you. It's a little better. Girl. Take it up from that side. Hear those cats, Sophie Mare? What are they talking about? What are they talking about, huh?
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Okay, I can see our little holes.
Mm,
Okay, looks good. Nice.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, super. Good. Now do this one. Good.
She's like, what in the
Good
hell is
job.
happening?
Literally, she's like, excuse you? Good girl. Oh, I know. I know. Yeah, and then I got here, I saw she only had one shoe, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's new and exciting.
That's
And
new and
then
exciting.
I went out and I was like, I'm gonna try and find this thing, but of course their pasture is big and it's like overgrown. The grass is real tall and like tangly.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if this thing isn't in like a clear patch, I'm never gonna find it. But luckily I did. So
Well, that's amazing. But you
yeah,
can't get a
we
hold
have
of
that
your
going.
farrier because he's gone.
He said I texted him and I was like, Sophie pulled a shoe. I know you're gone this week, but whenever you're back and you have time to fit her in, let me know. And he
Okay.
said, like, he did text back and he was like, I get back on Thursday. I can do her this weekend. So,
Oh, good. Okay, super.
yeah, yeah.
That's not too bad then. Okay.
And she's just walking right along like she doesn't
Yeah, I was
even
gonna
miss
say
it.
she
So,
seems fine. I would just be like mostly because she has a little bit of those issues in the front feet, like to do
hmm.
like a lot of canter work and stuff like that. It's just smart to
Oh,
like
yeah.
back off a
Like,
little bit on that.
yeah, honestly, outside of today and maybe tomorrow, because I have to bring feed out to her anyway. So if we see
Hmm.
how she does today, maybe do another walking lesson tomorrow. But then I won't ride until she gets her shoe back on. So
Yeah, totally up to
we
you.
don't need to push it.
No, I mean at this point, so okay, so it's the second weekend of August, right? Is your
The
thing the 8th, ninth,
the first weekend.
or
So
first, second? Okay,
yeah, clinic is on the 31st and the show is on the 1st.
gotcha. Okay, so we basically have this week, and then he'll get out this weekend, and then we have Monday, Tuesday next week
Yeah,
to get her back to
yeah.
plan. Okay, what test did you end up signing up for?
Training three twice. And again,
Super.
like I'm literally going in with zero expectations. Like, hey, we've
Mhm.
done training two. We've done it well plenty of times. We're
Okay.
gonna quote unquote start over with training three. If we botch it the
Okay.
first time, then we have a jumping off point to go from. So,
For sure. Yes. Um, okay, so And then, do you know, like, is the clinic structured as like private lessons?
Yes,
Okay, cool. I think that's like the most ideal of situations.
for
Um,
sure.
I am curious to hear for sure what her feedback would be. Like I said, I don't really
Yeah.
know much about that lady at all, if I'm being
Hmm.
totally honest.
Yeah, that's
Um,
completely fine.
but I mean, it can't hurt to
Yeah.
be like getting some feedback from someone like that. So, I think as long as you kind of just be, just be aware of like, okay, if I'm sometimes you have to tell yourself in the clinic, like, this is not going the direction I want it to go. So I'm just going to kind of like, to my best ability, try a little bit for this person, but like, I'm not, and I'm not saying it's going to go this way at all. But sometimes you just have to be
Hmm.
like, okay, this is not how I want it to be. And I'm just going to kind of like get through this and like roll essentially.
Yeah, like smile
Um,
and nod and do your hour and then be like, okay, we didn't really take anything from that.
yes, 100%. And it could go way better than that for sure.
Hmm.
Just be ready to kind of like be your advocate and her own advocate as far as like what you guys have been working on, and know too that like there is always um they're only seeing a little bit of that snapshot, right?
Right.
So
Hmm.
they don't know the whole picture, and a lot of times they're like, well, why don't you ride the horse like this? And you're like, okay, well, if we only knew where it used to
Yeah.
be prior
Yeah,
to coming
totally.
here, like, then you would be pretty happy with like where we're at right now.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, that would be like my only thing, is just be ready to just say, okay, I'm taking this for what it is, as a learning opportunity, basically, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Um, but I'll be curious to hear what she says, and then obviously,
Hmm.
if someone can video your ride at the show, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Um, and then, so will you guys drive down on Friday
Friday.
morning then? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, super. This should be good though. This should be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and then what are the like what's kind of the next thing after that? It's like me coming, and then is there one more that you're doing?
There's another schooling show at the same place like mid-September. I don't remember if the date is like in the teens
Okay.
or in the 20s,
Okay.
but that's the last one I have on my like pre-planned calendar. But there are schooling shows and ride tests like in Montana, in South Dakota. So if we want to squeeze in one more or however
Mm-hmm.
many more before like the end of the season and the weather gets shitty, we
Mm-hmm.
definitely can, depending on how things are going.
Okay. Well, I think it'll be good regardless. Like, this year, you guys have fit in a handful of outings,
Yes.
and just being able to like get her out there and like, keep practicing all of these things. I think that's the most important thing. And then if there's
Yeah.
not like a show atmosphere, then it's like, um, we can start to set up like the course here in the arena, because it seems like
Hmm.
generally speaking, this arena is pretty quiet, even in the winter, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you really
really
haven't had to
is.
share that much space with people.
Mm-mm.
Um, so we can like definitely practice that. But I do think doing the training 3 test will be good for you guys, because now that kind of gives us like a jumping off point as far as like how far along she's at and what kind of work we need to do. I mean, it was encouraging to hear that like the canter work was so good yesterday. I think the
Yeah.
biggest thing that we have to keep working on with her though is just um like getting the downward transitions a little bit more balanced, and getting that like the quality of the canter to stay there, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I'll be curious if this gal, picks up on anything that we can kind of help her with in the walk. There's always
Hmm.
like, I do enjoy hearing and learning about like new exercises that maybe I hadn't heard of to help uh, remedy those sorts of things, because the lateral walk is something that can be challenging to really work through.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll be curious about that. And then, I think like obviously I assume she's going to ask a little bit about you guys, and just kind of saying like the goal would be really to try and ride a first level test on her maybe next summer.
Hmm.
And just kind of see what her feedback is on that as well.
Yeah, totally. And
Sweet.
because I'll come up with a little blurb of like our background and what we're working on to tell her at the beginning, and I'll shoot it your way
Mm-hmm.
and just make sure like, does this make sense? Am I missing
Mm-hmm.
anything? So yeah, we'll do that too.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. Um, okay, so I think for like this little bit today, this is kind of nice because we really can work on her walk a little bit,
Hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
like I want you to just kind of keep going back and forth over the poles, and when you come down center line over your walk poles, I want you
Hmm.
to think about kind of keeping her, like you're not going to walk like all the way down the rest of the center line, so to speak.
Okay.
So you can almost make like come through your poles, take a couple walk steps, and then you're going to come in and you're going to put in a circle between the poles on center line and the side of your ring. Okay. So you're
Gotcha.
basically saying like, I'm going to come, I'm going to take 2 or 3 steps, and then I'm going to make that circle. And then I want you to bring the circle in a little bit smaller and then out
Okay.
a little bit bigger, and just see if you can start to work that hind end without the quality of the walk going away.
Gotcha.
Okay. There. Good. Good. And then you can turn left. So now this direction, think about what you would want to be asking for in the canter, right?
Hmm.
So you're putting your leg on, but you're not holding every step. So feel that you can kind of put the leg pressure there, and then she steps out just a little bit, and then you soften that leg pressure. And when you soften, you really think about kind of melting there in your lower back so that you're not holding and tightening where she's going to
Hmm.
want to lock behind the saddle.
Gotcha.
There you go. Good. And then now as you bring her into that smaller circle, think about left leg really staying at the girth there. You bring her around and ask her to really step under with the left hind. The outside rein just slows the shoulder down a little bit. Good. And then keep turning. You're going to make that circle even smaller. So now you're kind of going towards this idea of that working turn on the haunches. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
you're going to kind of sit back on your inside seat bone there, open your inside knee. Yes. Good.
Girl.
There. That's a better
She
turn.
really
Like that's
responds
your
to the
turn.
knee. Yeah.
Yes.
Like even
Good. Good.
yesterday, I
Because
was kind of like focusing on it a little bit more, and she was like, "Oh, I have somewhere to go now." It was really
good.
nice.
Good. So now start to close your inside knee and think about opening outside knee, and now come back to making a slightly bigger circle. There. Yeah. Good. Because that's also the feeling that you want to get in the canter, right? That you can open your
Hmm.
inside knee a little bit coming onto that circle, and you like
Hmm.
are inviting her to come that direction, right? And then you're not having to
Yeah.
squeeze every step and push her over per se. Good. And then after you finish the circle, you're going to touch the rail here, and then you're going to go down the rail just a little bit and come back through your poles towards the camera. And then you're going to turn right, and you're going to basically repeat that off of the right rein. Good. So then make your turn here now. Good. Little working turn. Open that left knee. Think about still opening that left knee. Good. Yeah, super. And then you're going to turn to the right. Good. Keep her here. Keep her here. Good job. Yeah, there you go. Now to the right, really think about the shape around your inside leg, right? So this
Hmm.
is quite good there in your upper body. Think about hands staying equal on either side of her wither. Now you're bringing a little bit of that weight onto your inside seat bone, opening that right knee. But the right leg, the lower leg has to stay at the girth, right? So she doesn't just
Hmm.
fall to the inside. So now really think about asking her to cross that left shoulder. And yes, there you go.
Yeah.
And then the pole comes up a little bit, right? So you feel the weight
Uh-huh.
kind of shift back there on her hind end.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Good
That's what you want to
girl.
feel.
Good
Yeah,
girl,
good,
Sophie.
good. And then now start to kind of close the inside knee. You're going to open the outside knee and take her back to that slightly bigger circle.
Good girl. Good girl.
Good. And then now when you get back to that bigger circle, you're going to walk down towards your poles in the corner, but you're going to turn up your center line one more time and come back to your walking poles on center line. Good. So you feel here how now the walk, like she's taking bigger steps, but she's actually like slowing down just that little bit more, right? So we
Yeah.
just want to make sure that she's kicking those front legs out enough that she's not locking and walking with both legs on each side. So there, now
Gotcha.
slow the walk down just a teeny bit. And then you're really going to think about closing your fingers, and lower leg kind of stays at the girth to push the front legs out in front of her. So then push, push, push. Yeah, good. Turn left. There you go. There, that's a little bit better rhythm. So she's just, it's mostly on that right side of her body where she kind of wants to start to initiate the lateral walk. Okay.
Gotcha.
So now think a little shoulder 4 coming down the long side here. So now think about, again, opening that left knee. Yes. Very good. Good, because now she really can't shuffle on that right side, right? Because you're moving the shoulder. So she has to reach that right shoulder across. Good.
Good
Super
job.
good. And then you're going to walk through your bending line poles in the corner. Good. And then think that she goes center to center of the bending poles. Looking a little left, left leg stays closed. There. Yeah, good. And then make a slightly smaller circle there and come back through your walk poles, or corner walk poles. Sorry, bending line. Now think that little step of leg yield out. So you're going to take a little weight to your right. Good. Good. And then now start to close that right knee. Open a little left knee, and you ask her to bring that right shoulder forward and across. Forward and across. Good. There you go. Good. And then down the long side, little shoulder in left.
Good. Good, good.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, good job.
Good, Julia. Yep. And then now just think, okay, in this, since you're just at the walk, you do want her to keep a little bit more of that forward pace, right? So now it's like she doesn't get to slow down so much. She can keep this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good. Okay, now you're going to do this fun thing. So you're going to come down the long side. Just before your walk poles, you're going to cut across, and you're going to kind of go just to this side of your walk poles, like between you. Yeah. So you're going to now make a half circle towards there. And as soon as she starts to get there, now I want you to do a working turn on the haunches, forehand. Sorry. Slow the forehand down. So push haunches over, slow that shoulder. Good. And then now, yep. Good. And then keep turning left towards that blue barrel. Haunches out. Now walk straight. And then take that into a leg yield towards the rail. Little weight to the right. Good. And then same thing here. You think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yes. Good.
Good job.
Good. Super. Good. And then you're going to turn up your center line. You're going to walk through your center line poles again. So I like that because it keeps her brain engaged, and then you're still saying like, hey, I want you moving off that leg. I want you moving off that leg, right? And she also has to open up that hind end a little bit, reaching across.
For sure.
Good. So now after this, you're going to turn to the right. So now you're thinking about like little squeeze now from the lower leg. Lift, 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 lift. Yes, good. Turn right. Good. And now you're going to think, so can you feel when that walk changes? Like
Come on.
there, she
Yeah.
starts to kind of like piddle about it, right? So now I
Mhm.
want you to think, either kind of pick your hand up a little bit and ask her to sit, and then close leg at the girth to push the front legs out, or
Mhm.
take her into that little bit of lateral movement. So a little shoulder forward or a little leg yield away from the rail.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Okay.
And then you're going to come down that quarter line again. And then just after you pass the walk poles on center line, you're going to do your working turn on the forehand right. Couple steps, and then walk towards the door behind you and add a little leg yield left.
Okay.
Okay, so start to slow left shoulder down, right leg drops back. Good. And then one more turn.
Good girl.
Good. And then you're going to come and make your little yes, yes, yes. There. Good. Good. And then keep her forward. Forward. Good. Now walk a little straight out of it. Soften the elbow. Don't necessarily chase her with the feet.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So, yes, you
Yeah.
want her to reach out, but your reins kind of have to constantly be telling her to like keep her pull up right now, right? And that she can't shoot
Okay.
forward. She can reach her front legs out further. So now a
Mhm.
little working turn here. Push haunches over, slow left shoulder. There. Now walk a little forward. And then a little leg yield. Super. Yeah, good there. Really good. Good. And then you're going to go backwards through your walk poles here.
Okay.
Yeah, good. And then just really think. So can you feel when she starts to shift into that lateral walk? And that like, so like right now, if I count the rhythm, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
4. And then now just think like a little half alt on that right rein. It's the right where she just doesn't quite follow with that right, or reach out with that front right foot. And then the right
Okay.
hind catches up to it. And that's what kind of throws off
Right.
the rhythm. That's the part
Okay.
that I'm noticing the most. She's like it could be a little bit of that, that right hind has been her struggle side for most of it.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of have to think here. So like now really slow the left shoulder and close your right leg at the girth and ask her to kind of push out through that front right. There. So like now you're going to think squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There. Like you almost want her to kind of kick that front right out further in front of her, right? Where she has to really land.
Gotcha.
Is that the shoe that she's missing, the front right?
Yes.
Aha. Okay. That might be a little bit of it too.
Right, Sophie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Double
Okay.
check.
So you're like, I actually can't remember. But
Yeah.
that could be a little part of it too. If she is just like the
Mhm.
littlest teeny bit, like it's a different
It's
balance on that
different.
foot
Yeah.
for sure. Good. And then you're going to go down the long side. And you're going to think a little shoulder in right. So now think about opening your right knee to the inside, keeping right leg at the girth, little weight drops back onto that right sits bone. There, and then now play with the rein just a little bit. Good. After you pass your walk poles here, you're going to cut across the arena, keeping the shoulder in, out of the turn. Start to look across, really open right knee, close outside knee. Good. Now she's straight.
Good.
And then you're going to do a little working turn on the forehand left and change directions. So now slow right rein, push left leg, and haunches go over. Slow right shoulder, slow right shoulder. Yes.
Good
There you
girl.
go. Good. And then change directions. That was quite good there. Like she's
Mhm.
getting way more responsive to that turn on the forehand, right?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Really good. Good. And then you're going to walk through your poles on the bending line in the corner. And then you're going to come shoulder in left. Good. So now shoulder in left.
Good. Yep. Good girl.
There you go.
Good girl.
Good. And then after the poles, you're going to keep this shoulder in. You're going to walk straight across, and then you're going to go working turn on the forehand right and change directions. Good. Nice shoulder in out of that. So now you're going to take a little feel in that right rein. Right leg is going to drop back. And then push her over. Little weight on. Yes.
Good girl.
There.
Good
That was good.
Good job.
Good. And then you're going to come up through your center line poles one more time. Good. So now think rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Better, Julia.
Good girl. Yeah. Good, Sophie. Good.
There you go. Good. And then turn left. Walk through your bending walk poles, and then you're going to have a long rein. You're going to let her walk.
Okay. Good girl. Good job.
Good girl. Yeah, super.
Good girl. Yeah.
So just doing a lot of this to really let her mentally have a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's been going pretty hard. And
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's good to just break it down to a walk for, at least a little bit, just to say, okay, let's finesse kind of what we have. And then that way it also gives you a really great opportunity to work on your own position at a little bit slower pace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love that she is being more accepting of the of using your knees and opening that knee and putting that pressure on in a different way, right? Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Good job, Sophie. How was the show last week?
Oh my God. It was amazing. It was
good.
long. It was hot. I'm definitely going to fall asleep early tonight. I can tell you that. But he was absolutely spectacular. That was an insanely hard modified course. So
really, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the drop into the water that we had was huge. Huge. And we had this huge ditch wall, and we jumped dinosaurs, we jumped a sea dragon, we jumped a trout.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we jumped through a saloon, over the saloon doors.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see the photos because I'm sure I look like an idiot in some of them, but the horse was absolutely amazing. He was
good.
So good. Yeah, he was so good.
That's awesome.
So I'm really, really stoked. Really stoked. Yeah, I'm holy moly.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I lost you a second. Hello, camera. Hello. But yeah, he was really good. Our dressage was quite good. We decided, there we go, that cantering across the diagonal was way better than a trot lengthening. So that kind of sucked. If we wouldn't have had that little issue, we would have had a 20, been in the 20s. I'm not going to say 20. That's awesome. We would have been in the 20s. Yes.
Yeah.
And then his show jumping was great. I put a little bit too big of a half halt right in front of jump number 3. So there was a moment where I was like, oh God. And he deer jumped the thing. Thank God he's scopy as shit. And then after that, the rest of the course was great. So there was there was nothing that he was nervous about per se. It was more working on our continuing to work on our technical part of things and like his
Yeah.
steerability and straightness. Um, we had like a really hard combination that was like a giant open oxer to like a corner on a bending line of like four
Oh,
strides that we
wow.
shared with per limb,
Holy
and it
smokes.
was really hard. And so he jumped huge over the first oxer, and then
Uh-huh.
uh, like I tried to pull the right rein, and I just his left shoulder is his weak one, and of course the
Yeah.
point of the corner was on his weak side. So
Mm.
it was unfortunate. We had a slight drive by at the corner. But like I circled right back around and he jumped it like no problem. Like he could have cared
Oh,
less.
good. Yeah.
It was more just like, those are the pieces that obviously as you go up the levels, things get more technical. So we need to keep
Yeah.
working on that. I think he's definitely capable of like moving up size wise, but I think I am
Mm-hmm.
going to keep him at modified for like another one or two shows just to like really solidify the control aspect.
Yeah.
Because he was, oof, man, when that horse gallops, like everybody hold on because you're just Larry, slow down a little bit. But I mean, it was so much fun. Like I don't know if I've smiled that
Oh.
big. That was a really really hard cross country course, and the whole
Uh-huh.
weekend it was carnage from like beginner novice through the 4-star level. Like the cross
Oh my
country was
God.
complete carnage, dude. It was insane. Like I have to say, let me just see because it was insane. Okay, so there was everyone in the 4-star long finished. In the 4-star short, 1, 2, 3, 4, half of the division did not finish cross country,
Oh my God.
either from retirement, falling off, or a mandatory retirement.
Wow.
Yep. In the 3-star, one person finished out of how many to start? Out of one, two. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 horses. One finished.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yep.
insane.
In the 3-star short, half of the division did not finish.
Wow. Oh my
Out of
goodness.
like probably 18 horses.
Wow.
In the 2-star was more successful. Again, half the division did not finish. Didn't even make it to show jumping.
Oh my God.
Yep, the 1-star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 riders did not make it.
That is crazy.
Two people finished in the intermediate out of 7.
Oh no.
And so I mean, like it was carnage like the entire weekend.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
was crazy. So I am like very very proud of my horse for
That's
finishing the weekend.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Aw.
score doesn't really reflect it, but we had, let's see, we had 26 riders to start and 17 finished.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
dude,
smokes.
it was nuts. Yeah, it was a wild weekend.
Dang.
So and then like the poor beginner novice people, that was just it was so many
You
people
said,
falling off, so
it's
many
not what
like
I signed up for.
no, it was like a little bit sad for them, but alas, here
Oh
we are.
no.
So that's why I'm really proud of him for finishing because it could have like it was really hard. So I feel confident
Yeah.
in terms of like what his capabilities are. We just have to work
Oh,
on
that's
like a
great.
couple things, which are very trainable. So
Good. Good.
yeah, so we'll see what kind of happens there. Um, but yes, he was spectacular. So
Good. That's so exciting.
yeah, thank you. And now we're both just like exhausted. Like I looked at Larry
Yeah.
today and I was like, I love you, dude. I'll see you tomorrow. Like
Uh-huh. I'm
I'm not
sure.
even gonna touch you. He was like, yeah, please don't touch me.
Yeah. It's like good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, good game, good game. Um, so so yes, okay. So let's kind of go back to a little bit with her, and we'll
Hmm.
see what we can put together here. So now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna shorten her up again, and we're gonna use your walk poles in the middle as kind of like the focal point of your box. Okay. So
Okay.
we're going to go back to, you can walk through the short end here. You're going to kind of
Mhm.
come down the quarter line, this next quarter line, and you're going to make a square around your walking poles by doing a working turn on the forehand. Okay. A
Okay.
full square, like full square. Then, then you're going to walk. Well, okay, let's get through the square first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. So now think about here, slowing that right rein just a little bit, kicking front legs out in front of her. There. Yep. Good. You feel how you like make her sit a little bit on the hind end there? That's what you
Uh-huh.
want. Okay. So
Hello.
now kind of open left knee, right leg drops back. There. Good. And then walk straight. Good. And then that working turn.
Come on there.
Good. Think a little bit of suppleness in that bridle, right? So especially
Mhm.
at the walk, be like, yeah, no, you got to sit. Squeeze left rein, right leg drops back. There, slow the shoulder. There. So there you felt like did you feel that left shoulder kind of sneak out in front of her and she kind of stepped out of
Mhm.
it? Okay, so now really slow left shoulder. There. There you go.
Better.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Good. And then do one more. Slow left shoulder. Yes. There. Now walk a little forward. Good. And then you're going to go to your rail and you're going to come into shoulder in right. So now think open right knee here. Put her left hip bone on the rail, but you're not shoving her over with that right leg. There you go. You're allowing the shoulders there. Good. Now just a little bump there from the lower leg. Keep the hands even. There you go. Good. And then you're going to straighten and you're going to come through your walk pulls. On center line. Sorry. I forgot we have 2 sets. Think a little working turn here. Good. Now as she walks straight, feel that your lower back stays really soft. Little squeezes in the rein as the legs close and push the front legs out in front. There. Good.
Good girl. Yeah.
There you go.
Good girl.
Yeah, super. Good. You're going to turn left. Think a little baby step of leg yield off of the left leg there. Slow that right shoulder and then come through your bending pulls. Good. And out of the bending pulls, you're going to go shoulder in left. Open left knee, little weight onto that left seat bone. Just a little bit. There. Good. Keep her there. And then just after your walk pulls, you're going to cut across and you're going to do your working turn on the forehand box left.
Good girl.
Slow right shoulder. Push her over.
Good.
Over. Yeah, good. There you go. And then slow right shoulder, slow right shoulder. Yes. Okay. Good. Slow the right shoulder just even the teeniest bit more. I want you to think about that rhythm, right? So she's kind of
Mhm.
cheating. Yeah. 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 There you go. Yep. Where she really has to step out with that right hind leg. So we want her to open that
Yeah.
hip angle in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yes. There you
Good. Good
go.
girl.
Better.
Good girl.
Good. And then one more. And then you're going to walk straight. And you're going to add a little leg yield towards the rail out of this one.
Good girl. Yep.
There you go.
Good girl,
Good.
Sophie.
And then now keep the rhythm. You push her off the left leg. Good. Now slow that right shoulder and walk her straight. Keep her there. Keep her there. Keep her there. Yes. Good girl. And then turn up your center line. Now think a little working turn on the haunches. So bringing the outside shoulder around as she comes onto her center line. There. And then over. Over. Good. Good. And then now close left knee. And she walks straight. Good. And then after your walk pulls, you're going to change your flexion to the right and you're going to push her off of your right leg for a couple steps of leg yield.
Okay. Good girl. Yeah.
There you go. Good. And then sit a little to the left, Right leg drops back just a teeny bit. Good. Now think about
Good.
squeezing. Yes. There you go.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Good. Good. And then just a
There
little
you
play
go.
in that left rein, saying, yeah, I know it's hard, but you got to
There
keep
you go. Good
crossing. Yes.
girl.
Good. And then
Good
turn right.
girl.
Good. Next corner, think a little working turn on the haunches. So left shoulder comes around, sit a little onto your right sits bone, open right knee. Bring the shoulder, shoulder. Yes, good. Good. And then a little shoulder in right.
There you go. Good.
Good. Now keep
Good.
this rhythm, no slower. So think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Good. Little tap there behind your right leg, just to keep coming. Good. And then little squeeze in that left rein as you add the tap so she doesn't shoot away from it. Straighten before your bending pulls and then walk through your bending pulls.
There you go.
Good.
Girl.
Good. Okay. So now we're going to play with this a little bit in the walk. So you're going to come onto your rail. You're going to start shoulder in right. Okay. Couple steps. And then you're going to bring your outside leg back and you're going to ask for a little half pass. Okay.
Okay.
So you want to think that the shoulders stay just a little bit ahead. The flexion stays to the right. Now drop the left leg back and push her towards center line. So almost put the middle of her ears where you want her to end up. There you go. Now a little bit more haunches. Yes, there. You feel it? There.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good girl.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And then straighten her out of it. Yeah. Good.
Good job, Mama.
So I saw this really funny video, and it's funny, but it's also very accurate about what you want them to do. You're going to turn left. So I can't remember the guy's name, but he says, and you come out of the corner is Tamako and the half pass. And he, like, the way he says it is hysterical. So
That's
hands
so
to
funny.
ears is Tamako and across the diagonal. So you put basically like the middle, like her pole where you want her to end up. So if you were going to come, so down on that end, you're going to kind of do the same thing. You're going to go start off of your rail. You're going to go and shoulder in left, and you're going to look for a post on the rail that you're at now. Okay. You're going to put the middle of her forehead basically on that post as you push her sideways. That's the line that you want to keep her on, but you want to keep the shoulders just barely ahead in that half pass. Okay. Because it's not a leg yield, right?
Right.
And you always initiate the, good.
Yep.
Good. And then a little forward.
Good girl.
A little forward. Yep. And you want to initiate out of a shoulder in. Okay. So now straighten her, turn left.
Good job.
There you go. Walk forward, walk forward. Good. Turn left, come through your walk poles, and then you're going to go shoulder in left for a few steps. And then find like a line, not super steep line, kind of towards the corner where I'm positioned, and put her head on that, shoulder in. Now bring your right leg back and push her over. Sit a little to the left. There you go. Play with that left rein. Keep the flexion left. There, this is going to be the harder side because it's that right hind, right? There you go.
Good,
That's why I say keep it really shallow right now. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Good.
Good
That's
girl.
enough. And then now
Good
straighten
job.
out of it.
Good
and
job.
then think a little shoulder in left. So what you can do when you play with the half pass is you can start shoulder in, push her a little sideways, stop pushing sideways, keep the shoulder in, push her a little sideways, come back to shoulder in. And that's a really good test how you keep the horse positioned for half pass. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
So now make a little like 10-meter circle here in the corner by me. And then out of your 10-meter circle, come back to your shoulder in left. And then you're going to push her like just towards that middle pole on the far side, that on the short end. So look for that middle post. Good. Start shoulder in. Now bring right leg back and put her forehead right on that middle post. There. And then a little tap there behind your right leg. Just say keep crossing. Good. Little weight. There you go. Yeah, that's plenty.
Good
Play
girl.
with left rein. There you go. Yep. Good. And then now stop the sideways and come back to your shoulder in left. Open left knee. You're not pushing the haunches. This is also a good test to see if you're pushing the haunches over, right?
Uh-huh.
There you go. Excellent.
Good
Good.
job.
And then turn left.
Good
And you're going to kind
girl.
of come up your center line and walk through your poles and turn right.
Good girl. Good
And we'll just do a
girl.
couple off the right and then we'll be happy with that. But it's kind of a fun
Sweet.
thing that you can start to play with in the walk because A,
Yeah.
you get a feel for what it should be, and B, it's a little different way to move her hind end than what she's used to, right?
Yeah.
Good. So now think keep her here. Good. You're going to think a little shoulder in right as she finishes before the turn here. Opening right knee, not letting that right leg drop back to push the haunches. There.
Come on.
Good. Little tap. Little tap.
There.
Good. Now you're going to come through your short end. You're going to go a little shoulder in right.
Mm-hmm.
And then same idea. You're going to find that marker, that middle post on that far end, like by the blue barrel there. Put her forehead on that out of your shoulder in, and then take her just a little sideways. Good. So now left leg drops back. Keep the flexion right. A little bit more crossing. Good. Yep. Good. Now stop the sideways and then hold the shoulder in right. Good. And then after your pulls, put her head on that marker again and ask for a few more sideways steps. There you go. Yeah, you feel her reach out with that front right? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Good girl, Sophie.
Good. And then now slow her down sideways, straighten her, and turn right. So you feel there how this direction is actually a little easier because she opens that right leg to the inside. So she almost kind of falls a little bit, right? So you have to think like maybe a little bit less push from the sideways perspective and more about keeping that shoulder in feel. Okay?
Gotcha.
There you go. Yep. There you go. Yeah, good. There, Julia.
Good
Super.
girl.
Good. And then now straighten her, stop the sideways, and hold the shoulder in right.
Yep.
Good. Yes. Excellent. Good. There you go. Good. And then turn right. Now you're going to come across your diagonal and you're going to go to your free walk.
Good job, Mama. Good job.
So think out of your corner onto your free walk. You're going to push her to your right leg one step and then slip the rein and see if she'll come down and out. There you go. Good. Take a couple deep breaths. Feel that your lower back softens. Good. And then as you start to shorten her up in this corner, you're going to think about making a little 10-meter circle in this corner as you shorten the rein back up to your working walk.
Okay.
Good. Really think about keeping the rhythm regular here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Bring that right shoulder around. Good.
Good girl.
Little play. Yep. And then you're going to walk through your bending line poles. And then probably you'll have like a short diagonal here, but you're going to find either side of your walk poles on center line and then do your free walk off of the left rein.
Okay.
So then after the poles, when you find your diagonal line, you're going to put her on, take one step of leg yield to your right, towards your right leg, and then now slip the rein. Little bit of play as you slip the rein, just asking her to come down there. Yes, good girl.
Good girl, Sophie.
Good. And then
I
as
can
you start to
feel
pick
her getting faster. Is she getting lateral or is she keeping some kind of rhythm?
A little bit lateral, so you almost have to think like you're not going to let her out quite as much. Okay.
Gotcha.
So just almost feel like where you can kind of keep giving those little half halts in the rein and like little scratches on her wither as you do that. Okay. And that's why I do like this, like pick her up on the little 10-meter circle, because then she can't like rush into it and you can kind of like, so she can't anticipate, right? Because if you go into a test and she's like, oh, I'm just going to make a 10-meter circle, she's probably apt to pay a little bit more attention. So now just go down your long side and you're going to ever so slightly slip the rein to your free walk down this long side, not on the diagonal, And you're not going to really ask for a step of leg yield, but kind of think like right rein, left rein, let a little out. Right rein, left rein, let a little out. There.
Better.
Good. Yes, that's better.
Good girl. Good girl.
Good. There, that's better there.
Yeah.
Good.
Good girl.
Good. And then shorten her back up a little bit. Yep. Let her walk through those poles back to your medium walk. And then one more time, you're going to do that down the long side to the right, where you just think, and then like ask her to kind of whoa a little bit, right? Just tell her easy or settle, whatever your word is, but she has to wait for you.
Girl, nice and
There you go.
good girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's better there. Good.
Girl.
There. That's
Good.
better.
Much
Good girl.
better. Good girl, Sophie.
Good. And then you're going to make just a little figure 8 change, and you're going to do 2 of those off to the left.
Good job, Mama.
So then shorten her back up.
Good girl. There you go. Good girl. Nice and easy. There. Good.
Good. So now
Good
think
girl.
almost actually if you're not too close, have her walk over the bridge.
Okay.
Because then she has to think about it a little bit more, right? She can't rush. Yeah, there you go.
Good job.
Good. She's like, okay.
She's like, oh,
Good. And
I
then,
didn't know you were going to do that part.
And then through these walk poles, and then you're going to go to your stretchy walk. So same thing. You're going to think you're going to kind of go left, right, little scratch. Left, right, little scratch, let a little rain out. Good. Keep your lower back really soft there. There you go.
Good. Good girl.
Good. There you go.
Good girl.
Good. And then start to shorten her back up. You can do your little 10-meter circle in the corner as you gather the reins. And make it like pretty small so she can't anticipate. You just open that left rein.
Good girl. There you go.
Yeah, good.
There you go.
There.
Good job.
Good. And then one more time down this long side, you're going to let her go to a free walk.
Yeah. Good girl.
Slip the rein. Little scratch on the withers as you let the rein out. That's good there in your upper body. And feel like the leg isn't pumping her. It's just kind of like taking the leg totally off there. There you go.
Good girl.
Good.
Yes.
And then your little 10-meter circle, bringing her back.
There you go.
Good. Keep it really slow. Just keep milking that left rein. Good. Kind of pushing her off the inside leg, stretching that right side of her body, really opening it. Good.
Good girl.
And then you're going to come down the center line through your walk poles. And then you're going to make a halt transition.
Good girl.
So now keep her here. Nice elastic elbows. Good. Little right leg there. Watch she doesn't drift.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Good. And then now think even weight. Kind of close your fingers. Keep a light seat. And she steps forward into the halt. Yes. Good girl.
Good girl.
Very nice. Good. Pat her. Really, really super. Good. So that's
Ah,
like a lot. I mean, that's just going to help as much as you can with figuring out that walk, right? And you can
yeah.
feel like when she gets quick, you do have to give like a little bit of a half halt. But sometimes instead of like
Hmm.
pulling back on the rein where she wants to brace against it a little bit, like
Hmm.
giving her that little circle where you're not pulling her off of her feet, but you're just kind of turning her and getting her to like think about the hind end a little bit more, right?
Yeah,
And she
definitely.
can't shuffle on a turn like that. So
Right.
that those are going to be like this is all good stuff to practice. And then you can play with the half pass and like really thinking about your position and the shoulder in and those sorts of things to help her be better than when you get back into the trot, right? And then also really
Yeah.
taking that into the canter work and saying, okay, this is the field that I had in the in the rain at the walk, and this is how I really thought about using my leg and my seat. Now can I translate that to like a quicker pace essentially, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, super though. Really, really good. And
Job.
it's good for her to just also like come out and have to put some thought processes together, but it's in a very
Yeah.
different way, right?
Yeah, for
So I
sure.
think tomorrow, I think I'd like to raise some of the walk poles.
Sweet.
I think I'd like to raise, you can keep them in the corner, but if
Hmm.
you can, let's do two sets of walk poles in two different corners.
Okay.
Um, and then raise the middle pole. Okay.
Okay.
And if you can, raise the middle pole on both sides just to
Both
the
sides.
lowest setting of the Cavaletti block. So she can still just
Perfect.
walk over it. And then let's actually do, I'll kind of draw it out and send a picture to you, but I basically want it to be like a
Hmm.
zigzag on center line. And you're going to kind of have to
Sweet.
like do little working turns on the forehand in between the poles. And that'll be kind of a fun thing for her to do. Um,
Awesome. Yeah.
so you'll just need to set enough space. Like, don't make it so tight that you're like wheeling her off of her feet. Okay.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
Um, but I'll draw it. Actually, while I'm just thinking about it, let me just draw it right now because then otherwise I'm gonna
Yeah.
probably forget that section. So it'll kind of be like that, and then like that, and that. I'm gonna try. Let's try to do 5 poles on center line if you can.
Okay. Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
and then I'm drawing the other corner poles to set
Hmm.
up, but you can set them pretty much in whatever corner you so choose. Just
Okay.
make sure that there's like 2 corners and the middle pole is raised.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Good job.
All right. I'm sending this to you in a photo right now.
Awesome.
Hold on. Hold, please. Let me make sure this actually sends.
How's Tippett doing?
She's good. She's
Good.
very much ready to be back to being a normal dog, which she pretty much is. I had to
Hmm.
mitigate a little bit just with the heat this weekend because it was so bloody hot up
Mm.
there.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
she's feeling good, which makes me super happy. Um,
Good. Yeah.
yeah, so I think we'll do like another ultrasound here in August,
Hmm.
just to make sure things are looking good. And then
Hmm.
I think she's pretty much like mostly off of restriction. Like we've started to let her off leash and like go in the water and stuff like
Oh,
that. So she's
great.
happy to be able to do that with the hot
Yeah.
weather now. um, but yes, thank you for asking. She is doing good,
Yeah.
and her incision looks good. She's got like a little bit of swelling, kind of by her sternum, but it's just like
Hmm.
that's a pressure point for getting up and down. So
Gotcha.
it's been
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just going to take a little bit of time because she's also got the sutures inside that kind of rub on it. So we
Hmm.
just have to like
Yeah.
give her a little bit of time to sort it out. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I was hoping I've been having a gal design my logo for me, and I was hoping it was going to be done
Oh,
by the time
fun.
Paige put the ad out.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if it will be. So I need to.
Hmm.
I haven't heard from her yet with like the final draft, so I'm kind of hoping she can get it done, and then I can be like, "Hey, can you add this